Hello trip experience leaders from around the world. This is Andrea from Buenos Aires. If you are watching this video is because you are going to do your welcome briefing. During this video we are going to show you how to organize it and what information you should always include. Let's work together to make a great first impression. Why do we have a welcome briefing? This is the first time you address the whole group, and you stand in front of them as a leader and OAT representative. So, this meeting is your moment to shine and set the mood for the adventure. You also need to mention some challenges the trip will have. During the briefing we relate the itinerary with our learning and discovery philosophy. And finally, this is a great opportunity for the group to start breaking the ice. We divide the briefing in the following moments. 1. You begin welcoming everyone to your country. This is when you mention the SCH Club members you have in your group. This is one of the recognition actions. You can say something like, I would like to give a special welcome to our Sir Edmund Hillary Club members in our group. It is a nice touch to include the future SCH. We want them to continue traveling with OAT and become part of our VIP club in the near future. Do not forget to mention the first-timers. We hope that after this adventure they will continue choosing OAT to discover the world. 2. Introduce yourself. This is not the time to share all your biography. You will have plenty of time when you take the group out for a meal, or during the bus rides. The important thing is that you make sure they understand that you are here for them 24/7. Remind them of the ways they can use to reach you during the trip. Do not take more than 2 minutes. 3. Purpose of the trip. It is important that your group understands that we are here to have an unforgettable travel experience. Some TELs ask at this point the SCH why they have chosen OAT once more to discover this part of the world. This is a great technique for the following reasons. It gives a recognition because it highlights the bond they have created with the company as loyal customers. It shows the first-timers and future SCH that if these people keep coming back to OAT there must be a reason. Normally you will hear things like, I love the home-hosted meals. The guides always take us to off-the-beaten-path places in the cities we visit. I like how the guides help us with spontaneous interaction on the street, etc. You will need to pay attention because many of the things will be related to the L&D philosophy and you can go back to that later during the briefing. It is important to be time efficient. You do not have to wait until all your SCH have spoken. And make sure they understand that you only need 1 or 2 ideas. If you do not feel comfortable asking the group why they are here, you still need to use the idea of having an unforgettable travel experience before you carry on with the presentation. 4. Link the itinerary with the L's and D's. This is not the time to go over the whole itinerary in detail. This will make the briefing unnecessarily long and confusing. A good practice is to divide the trip in destinations, stages, or chapters. Then you highlight the discoveries of each segment. It is a good idea to have some visual aid with you to show what you are talking about. You can also mention some of the expectations you gathered from the pre-trip communication or go back to some of the things the SCHs mentioned some minutes ago if you ask them why they have come back to OAT. It is paramount that you mention the L&D concepts, so the group understands that we are not just going to travel, but we are going to discover this country the OAT way. Do not forget to check out our key vocabulary and learning and discovery videos. 5. In the next part of the presentation you need to prepare the group for all the challenges we will have during our adventure. You need to be specific and think of situations and places that will take your group out of their comfort zone. Pre-dawn flights, bus rides, hotel rooms, lack of staff in hotels, regulations, etc. In other words, this is the moment to address any elephant in the room. You should also mention some ground rules and how experienced OAT travelers behave in a group. This is the moment to talk about teamwork, flexibility, positive attitude, respect, seat rotation, punctuality, feedback, value, choice, pacing, and having fun. What challenges do you have on your trips that you must mention in your welcome briefing? We would love to read from you, so tell us on the comments section below. 6. Expectation cards. As TELs we can do many things. But there is something we can't do. Read minds. We want to make each trip something unforgettable, and the only way to do this is by knowing what our travelers would like to experience. This is why we use the expectation card. This is a great tool to continue gathering information about our team. The expectation card is not a wish list, so it can also help you get rid of some unachievable ideas or under-promise about something. A best practice is to tell the group to include their interests or hobbies if they can't think of anything in particular they want to learn or discover. 7. Icebreaker. Up to this point you have done all the talking. Remember that the trip is also about meeting new people, so give time for everyone to introduce themselves. There are many possibilities to break the ice. Be creative and have fun. Some TELs do this part at the beginning of the welcome briefing. Some others wait for the welcome drinks at the end. Now we are ready to do our welcome briefing. After you have organized all your ideas, make sure you practice with a fellow TEL. Practice the briefing until you feel confident with it and you sound like you have done this a million times. If you think about it, the welcome briefing is very similar to going on stage, so, break a leg. This is Andrea from Buenos Aires saying, Buena onda.